Today is Thursday, July 25th, 2024, and we are out on North Twin Trail. This is a reroute, so the old trail used to cross right here, but they have rerouted away from that side of the river to eliminate two pretty challenging crossings. Most people did this quote-unquote bushwhack anyway, so eventually it just has now become the real trail as of last year. So we are heading out to do Hale using the Firewarden's trail, which is an unofficial trail, but it is super nice. Right here is a lobster mushroom that something unearthed. Those are edible. Lobster mushrooms are neat. You should go read about them. It's not an actual specific type of mushroom, although I think it does affect just a couple different kinds. But basically, it's a secondary fungus. Now the reroute here is a crossing, right?
No, I think it goes over.
Is it? Okay. Oh yeah, no, it goes up. Okay. It's a secondary fungus that affects it. So the underlying mushroom is something that's inedible typically, and it's usually like a white mushroom. I can't think of what the genus and species are of it, but it gets affected by this orange layer, and that converts it into something new that is edible, and people say tastes like lobster. So that's a kind of neat one, and it makes them like misshapen, turns them like into cones. It's neat. I saw a bunch on the way in. Yeah, and there's also some chanterelles out right now. So we're gonna go up the Firewarden's trail. It's supposed to be questionable weather today. So the sun is out right now though. I mean, it keeps coming. South of Franconia Notch was completely socked in. Here's some baby chanterelles right there. There's the lowest chance of rain is between 10 and 11 today. And this is a short hike. We started at 9-ish. So we should be done around 11. No, around noon. Usually takes us about 3 hours. Now we're this way. Did I walk right by it? I did. I walked right by the beam, the rail from the railroad. I don't ever see it coming down, but there it is. When you're coming back, it's right at head height. All right.
About 300 feet from the...
Yeah, we're getting close to the junction now with Firewardens. Just keep looking to your left. And sometimes people go straight up over the hill. I think it's really more beaten if you look for a sharp turn behind you almost as you're going by. We are just over 2 miles in, up on the Firewarden's trail. As you can see, this part is pretty overgrown, but that's because it's not an official trail. There's no maintenance, in theory, being done here. But it's extremely easy to follow, so you don't need to worry about getting lost on this if you decide to take it. And there is a view a little further up, off to the presidentials. I think the higher summits are socked in though, so we might not get anything to speak of as far as views go. But it is Hale, so what do you expect? We're about 2.8 miles up, and this is just right on the side of the trail. A little remnant from the fire tower days. presumably like a telegraph line. And before we get to the summit, there's going to be off on the left a bunch of, well, I think there's like 3 55-gallon drums or 100-gallon drum. I don't know what size they are. Drums. We're getting up to where the view is, but it's looking out into a cloud right now, I think. It'll be right up here. Blue bead lily, setting up beads. And I can't remember which goldenrod that is. Oh, look, here's our view. I didn't zoom in, but it doesn't really matter because you can't really see the edge. It's not nothing, but it's not anything to knock your socks off. I think that this close ridge is, what is it, Rosebrook? It's the one that has Bretton Woods on the other side. And then the Southern Presidentials. Okay. Getting some blue sky though. Maybe when we come back through, we'll have a little bit better view. Okay, I'm 3 miles in right now. We're just coming downhill. That's how you know when you're getting to the barrels. There's 4 of them. There they are. All right, and then the summit is straight ahead up that little bump. So we're like 2/10 from that, or less. We're now coming back. I didn't shoot a video up there because there were 3 other hikers, so just felt wrong. But this is my favorite part of the trail, right here. And it's very close to the summit, but it's just a magical piece of forest. I love it. And it kind of ends right where those barrels are, which I think is right around the corner here. Yep. So those are the barrels. Then we have a little climb up. It's our only climb on the way out. And the woods gets very lovely up there too. So really, there's an abrupt change from hardwoods into conifers. I think it's at 2¼ miles. It is. And the conifers are really nice. Most of the way up, they're really beautiful. See, look how nice this is. We're about 0.3 miles from the car now. And it's going to take us about 3.5 hours today. But we stopped at the summit and chit-chatted for 15 or 20 minutes. And we've just kind of been moseying our way out. As you can see, it's sunny now. We seem to have blue skies. But it did rain on us, sprinkled lightly, very briefly. Not enough for me to hide my phone, but it lasted maybe a half an hour total of random sprinkles. We didn't see anybody else this whole hike except the 3 people on the summit, and they were all 3 individual hikers. So 1 from Massachusetts, 1 from Michigan, 1 from Montreal, the 3 M's, and they all came up Hale Brook, and we're going to go out Hale Brook also. So, quiet day. There were a couple cars in the parking lot. One person, there was a car that was like leaving as we got here. I think they might have been doing a car spot. So it's possible they're doing like a half Pemi, or they had big packs too. And There could be people who are like going up to Galehead Hut, leaving a car here. I don't know. In any case, we didn't see anybody. Nice day, not as hot as it has been. It is quite humid, but that's our summers now. And this is going to end up being about 6 1/3 miles or so. When you see this bridge, you know you're right at the FPA. And there's the sign. All right. Nice day. Got to check off another calendar day for our 4K a day. I highly recommend the unofficial Firewarden's Trail up Mount Hale.